You are not a sensei. You're a con man.
Hiya!
Hiya!
Welcome to the Cobra Kai Corner. Who are we talking about today, Sensei?
Well, actually today a couple of my favorite characters, actually. DevonLee, and even better, Stingray.
Yay! Alright, well, would you like me to start with the facts?
Yes, we always start with the facts, so let's hear what you have to say about these two individuals.
Alright, well, I am going to start with Una O'Brien, aka DevonLee. Okay, Una was born in 2006. She's a youngster. Her height is 5 feet 7 inches.
I mean, not really. That's 19. I mean, yeah,
that's young.
That's a youngster, but I mean, considering some children actors, you know.
Okay, well, she is 5 feet 7 inches. Her nationality, she's American. Movies and TV roles include, of course, DevonLee in Cobra Kai, and she was in the movie Sky High.
I've never seen the movie Sky High, so I don't know much about that.
I think it's like a Nickelodeon or something, maybe. Now, does she really know karate?
No.
You'd be wrong.
Oh, well.
Yeah. Yes, she does. She practices Sheikan karate and extreme martial arts. And, go ahead.
I was wrong, I guess, so.
Well, that's okay. She also has earned a purple belt. So that's pretty good. She also took Taekwondo as a child, which they all did, pretty much. While she doesn't have the same level of experience as some of the other cast members, she has actively worked to improve her karate skills and to keep up with the demands of the show. And that is all I have for DevonLee.
Okay, well, as far as the character DevonLee goes, as I mentioned at the intro, she is one of my favorite characters, and I think it all goes back to when they found her at that debate. And she went and she ripped that kid's book up and she said, "Screw decorum," and I was like, yeah, I like this chick. She's got an
fire in her.
An attitude kind of like mine a little bit.
Yeah.
So, and I also think of every character on the show, she's probably the most determined.
She is very determined.
She doesn't let things bother her. One of my favorite things is after her first All Valley tournament that she was in, and she loses, Johnny tells her not to feel bad about the loss.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Feel bad, I've been doing this for 6 weeks. I'm coming back next year and kicking all these bitches' asses." So, yeah, I just like her attitude in general, and she's determined, and...
Now, I had a question.
Go ahead.
Isn't that because she, had to prove something to her mom?
Well, no, I mean, it is... Her mom passed away, too, and her mom told her to never give up and stuff like that, so she did use that a lot.
It helped keep her going.
Especially when they had to close down the dojos and she was over at that Topanga Karate or whatever. And then Cobra Kai came in and took over, and Tori kind of gave her a beat down, but she kept coming back. She never gave up. And even over at Cobra Kai, she tried to break her down a little bit. And I don't know. That's what I'll say. She never gave up. And even giving Kenny the shits is part of her determination. She saw him as a threat.
There was an opportunity.
She saw him as a threat and took him out of the game. So, I mean, whether that's playing dirty or not, it's definitely determination. Well, yeah, it's playing dirty.
But she's playing to win at all costs, so.
It's, She has an innocent side to her, too, which you see when Johnny makes her throw the slumber party for Samantha and Tori. She really didn't know what to do, but she sure was trying to be like a girl, you know.
Yeah, she was trying to do all the little girl stuff.
So, for being a badass and a pretty tough girl in general, she still has that girl side to her.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I really have to say about DevonLee, even though she is one of my favorites. She came into the show kind of late in the seasons. She came in with the Eagle Fang, so, you know, she didn't get that whole background from the beginning like a lot of them did, like, you know, Dimitri and Hawk and all of them. They were in it from the get-go, and she came later, kind of like Kenny. But yeah, I thought she was a cool chick. I think her character was a cool chick.
I liked her.
So that's all we have for DevonLee. I heard that you have a hell of a lot of information on one Mr. Stingray, though. So what do you have to say about Stingray?
Okay, Paul Walter Hauser, a.k.a. Stingray. Okay, he was born October 15th, 1986, in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Hey, I didn't know he was from Grand Rapids,
we're in
Michigan.
Edwardsburg, so how far is that? Like, not very.
About 2.5 hours from here.
Mm-hmm.
Special note, Grand Rapids, Battle Creek, like the cereal capitals of the world with Kellogg's and Post, so...
Oh, yeah, you saw that on Foods of America?
Well, I mean, it's just a well-known fact, especially Battle Creek is like Marjorie Post stomping grounds back in the day, so...
Oh, I didn't know that.
So, yeah, we got cereal here. Oh, yeah, they make a few cars, too.
Just a few.
Oh, and there used to be... I don't know, some record label of some kind.
Something like that back in the day.
Nothing important.
Was it a Motown or something like that?
So anyway, yeah.
Okay, so anyway, he was...
Yes, Michigan.
Yay, Michigan. He was born in Grand Rapids, Michigan. His height is 5 feet, 9 inches. In 2019, he had his breakout role performance as the title character in the film Richard Jewell. He portrayed Raymond... better known as Stingray in Cobra Kai. We all know that. He is married to Elizabeth Boland. They've been married since 2020, and they have 2 children. Would you like some fun facts?
Everybody loves a fun fact.
Okay. He started doing stand-up comedy at age 16. He is the brother, son, grandson, great-grandson, and great-great-grandson of Lutheran ministers.
That's interesting.
That's a long line of Lutheran ministers.
I'll say.
Does he really know karate?
No, Stingray don't know no damn karate.
Okay. Well, while known for playing Stingray, who practices karate and mixed martial arts, it's not confirmed that he himself is a trained karate practitioner, although he is a huge fan of pro wrestling.
I can see that.
So much so that he is an actual wrestler.
Is that right?
Check this out. And this is right up his alley because he and our son watch wrestling constantly. So I think you'll find this interesting, as you guys might. His first match came in November 2023 at Pro Wrestling's Revolver Unreal pay-per-view event. What initially began as a charity invite turned into a full-blown match as he took on Matthew Palmer in Los Angeles. Since then, Hauser has had 13 matches across multiple promotions, wrestling with and against the likes of Matt Cardona, Danhausen, Steve Macklin, Lawler, and others. He says, "I do love this sport and this style of entertainment. I'm really just trying to put it on blast. I want to be the guy who wins the Academy Award or gets into a Star Wars film and is still representing wrestling wherever he goes. Wrestling's gotten a bad rap from so many people, yet you see so many highly intelligent people that are wrestling fans. I just hope to be one of those people who can always toot that horn and really stand up for what is a great piece of entertainment. And as far as the end game for Hauser, who wants to be an active wrestler for the next decade, and he was also named as an executive producer for MLM. He rattled off a list of stars who have shared knowledge and advice with him. And Natalia Neidhart, Becky Lynch, Frankie Kazarian, Mick Foley, and Matt Hardy. Hauser says, I haven't had that many big pops yet, but one of the ones I remember was going through a door off of the stage onto a Steve Macklin street fight. We got a holy shit chant, which anyone who knows wrestling knows that's reserved for a movement everyone appreciates or didn't expect. When you're lying on the ground and you hear that, it's empowering. So that's what I have on
I'd
Mr.
be
Hauser
interested to
Stingray.
see if he pops up on WWE someday.
I would too, because he said he wants to dedicate like the next decade.
Well, I would think that he should be able to maybe levy some of his star power that he gained from Cobra Kai.
I would hope so.
Hopefully, he can go talk to Triple H or the McMahons and make his way.
I know who.
I love that stupid Logan Paul in, for crying out loud.
Yeah. I know Becky Lynch, but did you know any of those other names that I had rattled off? I don't know a lot.
Yeah, Matt Hardy and Mick Foley.
I've heard Mick Foley too.
But most of the rest of them I have not.
But good for him, right?
But there is a lot. There's like WWE.
Okay.
And then there's like 20 other organizations down here. So I feel like most of those are from those organizations.
Okay. But a lot of your ones that end up in the WWE come from some of those organizations, correct?
Correct.
Okay, because you got to start
and
somewhere.
And recently, there's another one out there. It's called AEW, and
I've heard of AEW.
Recently, they and WWE have swapped a few people back and forth. So, anyway, Stingray.
Yeah.
I don't know how anybody can't just love Stingray.
I adore
He's
him.
freaking hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean, the first time that you see Stingray, he's working at the Home Depot because Johnny's got to go replace
one of my
a
favorite
mirror.
scenes.
And he kind of reminds you of Chris Farley back in the day when he played that character. It's like, you remember that? Huh? You remember that? He's kind of like that. And he's like, you remember that gopher from Caddyshack? And he's dancing around, and he's just annoying the hell out of Johnny. Johnny wants to slap the shit out of him.
And Johnny, because Johnny's wearing an 80s t-shirt, and that's what makes Stingray walk up to him, because he's like, you're from the 80s, dude, or whatever, however he says it. That's what strikes up the conversation.
Yeah, but at any rate, Johnny gets really annoyed with him, and then he pops up at the dojo. And
he's an adult man.
Yeah, he's a man, but he had money, so Johnny let him stay. And then I forget why he left the dojo originally, but then when he came back, Kreese was in charge, and
no good.
He said he was the clown and told him to get out.
Broke his heart.
The Stingray was cool because he was unaware. You know what I mean? Yeah. I love when he has his confrontation with the neighbor guy and he calls him Stingray.
Yeah.
And then later that night, Stingray kicks his ass, which everybody was waiting for, I think, after he talked shit to him earlier that day.
Yeah.
And then you wanted to hate on Stingray because he went along with Terry Silver's plan. But much like every other character on Cobra Kai,
you're forgiven.
He came around. He came around. And he picked up Amanda and picked up Daniel in the rain and took him to the dojo and beat up the children that were guarding the door.
He's a grown man.
So yeah, but that's what I liked about him. He wasn't afraid to beat a kid. Because he thought of himself as a kid, you know.
He really was. He was like my
man snuck into the prom and told, what's that nerd boy? I can't remember his name. Yeah, the kid with the glasses from Miyagi-Do. They got thrown through the window. What the hell is his name?
I don't know.
I don't remember his name right now.
I apologize.
Sneaks into the high school prom and tells them, you can have the party at my house. I mean, you know, not a lot of adult men do that, but
no, and he's living with his mom because he's living with his mother.
No, his sister.
Oh, I thought he was living with his mom.
No, he lives with
his sister was out of town, so he had a party.
His sister's neighbor hates him.
Yeah, he's real snooty too. He's real preppy and
and
he's a hybrid, you know.
And Stingray is one of the few people with the guts to call Johnny a pussy.
Yeah.
Remember? He calls him the Coyote Creek, and he's like, oh yeah, when did Johnny Lawrence become such a pussy? And Johnny reacts all mad. He's like, I'm kidding. And then he's like, you know what? I'm not, though. What happened to you?
Right.
So
that showed his strength right there a little bit, I think.
And I don't know, Stingray, he's just like one of those people, whenever he's around, you're going to laugh, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why I like Stingray. He reminds me of a lot of guys that I actually know in real life.
He seems like in real life he would be like a fun dad, like a fun buddy.
I'm sure that he's a fun husband and father.
Oh, I'm sure.
And that's what I like about him. I think, he's not a successful actor. He had a limited part on Cobra Kai, and he's doing this wrestling thing. But nevertheless, he is an actor on...
Oh, he's been in other stuff, too. Look it up on IMDb.
Nevertheless, he's an actor on a huge hit series. I mean, one of the biggest ever. So, but I just feel like he's an everyday guy. You know what I'm saying? I feel like...
You never know.
I feel like Stingray is a dude that you would see at the putt-putt with his fucking kids and stuff, you know what I mean? Making a clown of himself. Or
a T-ball or something.
You know, somebody who, when he had real small children and they're acting up in the store, starts pretending or something. That's what he strikes me as.
Yeah.
Childlike.
That's what I said. He's like the perpetual Peter Pan. Like, he never grow up.
So, that's my synopsis on Stingray. I don't know.
What are you going to do?
How can you not like Stingray, like I said?
Right. What else you got?
So, on the next show, we're doing...
Chosen.
We're going to do every last Sensei that's left.
Yeah, because we're bringing this...
That Sensei...
pretty soon.
Chosen, the Korean girl,
I love
Sensei
her.
Wolf.
I love her.
Did we do Mike Barnes yet?
We didn't do Zara.
Did we do Mike Barnes?
We didn't do Mike Barnes. So we've still got quite a few characters to go through. We're going to finish them out. We're going to... and then
will we beat the spin-off? That's the question. Will we be done?
He works full-time now. He got called back to work.
Will we beat whatever they do for a spin-off? Will we be done with these characters before that comes out? If not, I guess we'll go one right into the other.
Will we? Stay tuned to find out.
You know, had we not waited until the entire 6 seasons ended to get started...
Dude, that was my fault because I would never watch it.
We'd be much further up on the game than we are.
I'm always late to the party. I didn't want to watch it, and then the songs just sucked me in, and then I'm like, ooh, that's my era. And then I just fell in love
I watched
with
it.
And I watched it within
I watched it 4
days.
times before she joined in.
Yeah. And I watched, all the seasons up to season, how many seasons did we watch in 4 days? I just, binged it. I couldn't stop.
Anyway.
It's that good.
More characters to come.
Yep. Thank you for joining us. Please do the stuff, like, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff. I just had a glitch, so I think that's telling us it's time to go.
Until next time, this is Sensei Daniel saying, Hiya!
And this is Shelley. Please like, subscribe, and share.